We got no Judge, no offense. Buck had a closed-door meeting. We are literally limping into the Subway Series. I don't even know if the trains are going to make it down there, all right?
Oh, my God.
What a disaster, Ant. What a disaster, man. One good week, one bad week. We got so much to get into.
It's baseball for you.
Thank you, everybody, for joining us. Well, what's going on, man? How are you?
Doing good.
Yeah.
I mean, not really. Not really doing much.
In your personal life, is everything okay?
Personal life is good.
All
The
right,
problem is when the Mets are like this,
Personal
my
life
personal
sucks.
life sucks.
Yeah.
And like, I mean, I'm sure we'll get into it, but bro, tomorrow is, right?
Yeah, something like that. We have a
You
Subway
know,
Series.
like this is probably like the least hyped up Subway Series since like 2011.
You want to talk about the worst hyped up stuff?
Yeah.
The Yankees were in prime time last night with the friggin' Dead Sox. All right.
Yep.
Can't score.
Yeah.
Can't play baseball. Laziness. I can't. And it's been a rough few days.
What we got going on here, Andrew?
It's been a rough few days for me,
so
by the way.
we're going to start doing some new segments every week.
Okay.
And our first segment, which is our weekly recap, What Happened?
What happened?
And when, oh my God. And when you guys hear, and when you guys hear that, we're just going to go, we'll go Mets first, Yankees first, doesn't really matter.
Yeah, well,
but it's
Charles
just a
was kinda
weekly
getting
recap
into it,
going
yeah.
into game. Let's go with you, Charles.
Yeah, let's go, Charles.
Well, listen.
Yeah.
No Judge.
Yeah.
No Yankees. He should have got paid his whole contract every year. How much was he making? What's the number?
This year?
No. His total contract?
360?
He should be getting $360 a year. Because with no Judge, no Yankees. Period.
What about Volpe? He's your savior.
Shut the
He's your
up.
savior.
Shut the up, okay?
No.
All right, because I'm almost getting on the bandwagon here that Volpe's got to go down.
Wow.
I'm extremely close to that now. I was talking about the Talking Yanks guys and how they brought it up about 2 weeks ago, which I thought it was a little premature when they did that. I think they might have been right on point.
Okay.
Because any other prospect gets sent down, and then he could come back up in a few weeks if he turns it back around. That any other prospect.
Yeah.
When you put a name like Derek Jeter connected to Volpe, it's a mess. It's a complete mess because now you send him down. It's front page.
Hype.
Front
Yeah.
page, exactly. So it's just an absolute disaster. But the Yankees are what they are. They're a very bad baseball team without Judge. I think the number is, they're 100 and...
I wouldn't say that bad.
No.
They're
They're extremely bad.
But when you said that they're bad,
Yeah.
that's like, so Rizzo's bad?
Horrible.
He's horrible?
Horrible.
He's just
having
playing bad.
No. He's in the worst streak of his entire
All right.
career.
Stanton?
Worst streak.
Horrible.
Horrible.
Right? Donaldson?
Horrible.
Gleyber Torres?
Sick. No. Don't talk about
But
Gleyber.
but these guys...
Before we get into Gleyber, it's DJ,
Yeah.
Josh,
Yeah.
Rizzo,
Yeah.
Giancarlo, 6 for 66.
But that's just...
I got the stats. During the homestand, Rizzo was 0 for 19. Gleyber was 4 for 20. DJ 3 for 15. Stanton 1 for 14. And Donaldson 2 for 18.
Yeah, but I understand that. I get it.
Bad.
I know. I'm a Mets fan. I know what bad is.
Yeah, this is
I've
bad.
dealt with worse. They're not bad. The Yankees aren't a bad team. Like you're still 10 games over 500, whatever the case may
9.
be. What 9? Ooh, sorry. Oh,
Just
my
like
bad.
you. Just like
yeah,
you.
Yeah, 9 games over 500.
Yeah.
9.5 out, whatever the case may be. You're still in the playoffs if the season ended today. These guys aren't bad. They're playing bad. The Yankees aren't a bad team.
It's just when no protection from Judge, you got no team. No Beta, no team.
Yeah.
No defense. The stellar defense is gone. When
Laziness.
when laziness isn't the word. Did you see that play by Gleyber?
Yeah, it was lazy.
That was horrible.
That was crazy.
That was absolutely horrible, embarrassing. They need to do something. And you know what? I don't think this Subway Series is good for either one of us, to tell you the
Not at
truth.
this point.
You know, really not at this point.
Yeah,
It's usually the highlight. It's usually the highlight of the season. Yankees, Mets. It's always, I always highlight it on my schedule.
Yeah.
And it's like we got no hype here. We got no nothing. We got no Alonzo, no Judge.
Yeah.
The stars are not aligning for this.
Yeah, no, it's like, and it's
That's
boring.
really it.
It's just boring baseball. So like, we're going into this game tomorrow, and
Yeah.
like, in my opinion, I think it's going to be boring. It's just going to be a boring game. It's going to be two teams that are just
Well, if it's a boring game, that means Scherzer's pitching well.
but it also,
And that means that Cole, it's Cole,
not.
right? It's Cole? Yeah, it's Cole.
I thought it was Sevy.
Was it Sevy?
Yeah, I
Let's
think it's
check it.
Sevy.
Let's check it real quick. Monday, it is... No, Tuesday. My bad. Today's Monday.
Sevy.
Yep, Sevy
Yeah.
and Cole. So you got Sevy. So you got
And you got
Sevy and
Max
Cole.
and Verlander.
So what are your expectations going into the Subway Series?
My expectation to go in Subway Series, I need to see them play some good baseball. I don't really care about the wins.
Do you think it's going to happen though?
Of course, I always think they're going to turn it around, you know? So I always think they're going to turn it around. Is it going to be now? Does it really matter if it's now? Yeah, of course. They need to start picking up the slack. You know, there's other veterans on the team like the Rizzos, like the Donaldsons, like the Gleyber Torres. You know, these guys have to understand when Judge is gone, you have to get to the ballpark early. You need to put in that work. You can't be lazy getting a routine ball back from the outfield.
When you're struggling to score already.
When you're struggling to score already and you give up a bad run, it can't happen.
Yeah.
That shit can't happen. And it is happening. It's happening all over. You know, we went down to the West Coast. We had a great series.
Yeah.
We had a great 2 series. You come home for your homestand, you think that obviously we think that we should have beat the White Sox and the Red Sox, but both Sox beat you up at home. And it's like the thing when you said Gleyber, Gleyber's 4 for whatever you said it was, but Gleyber's that guy that like does enough to not get thrown out of town, but he's not good enough. If you know what I mean, he always does like just a little bit to be like, all right, he might be picking it back up again, or he's very, very streaky.
Does the scrappy
yeah,
stuff.
Yeah, he does the scrappy stuff, and then he makes a bonehead play like yesterday. That you don't want to say it cost you the game, but it cost you the game.
It did.
You know, it literally cost you the game.
In hindsight.
So where do they have to turn around? I think, you know, I hate getting on the managers, but like Boone had a really bad game yesterday. You know, Volpe should have never got that at bat. You know, he should have never been in there at the end. It's just he's making all of a sudden defensive moves out there that are biting him in the ass on the way back, and just nothing's aligning. Nothing's aligning. They're feeling
when you play bad, everything goes bad.
Yeah. It's very the sport is very contagious.
Yeah,
you know. But supposedly Rizzo pulled something in his neck over the San Diego series. Guy's been horrible since then. We have a lot of old players, similar to the Mets. You know, we have a lot of old players. And if you win, if Volpe goes 0 for 4, right, and you win the game, you're not really talking Volpe.
Yeah.
Because it happened.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's like, oh, yeah, Volpe's struggling, but Yankees won.
No, but he's like at a pace now that it's like, it's bad. Like he has the worst, I think, on-base percentage in all of baseball.
Correct. All of baseball.
All of baseball. He has like the 4th lowest batting average in all of baseball. I think it's like 150 plate appearances, whatever the case may be.
No, it's bad.
And his fielding isn't that good.
It's not that bad either.
It's not that bad either, but it's not that good where you could justify like, oh, but listen, he's playing stellar defense. Like, is he playing stellar defense?
Not stellar defense,
really.
definitely not.
No.
But when he in the beginning of the season, well, he does have 9 homers. He just missed a walk-off homer on I believe it was Friday night.
Yeah.
I've been so disconnected from the team as well. I had a crazy weekend that I really didn't even watch much. We had weddings, birthday parties, you name it. But every time I look down, it's like, what the hell is going on? What is going on here?
Bad teams, too.
You know,
they lost to bad teams.
They lost to bad teams. They are a bad team, and we're facing another bad team this week in the cross rivals.
Let's go into the
Mets.
New York Mets right now, baby.
What happened, Ant?
Oh God, you want to know what happened?
Should we repeat it again?
Yeah.
What happened?
I'll tell you what happened, Charles. If you weren't looking or paying attention to the Mets world, the New York Mets went into Atlanta. Right? It was a huge series. We had to win that one, no?
Yeah,
at least
man.
one game.
Of course.
We didn't. We got swept away by the Atlanta Braves. But we set a record. We made history. The New York Mets, for the first time in New York Mets history, lost 3 straight games when they had a run, when they had a 3 or more run, and every
brutal,
game.
Bro.
So now that series was brutal, right? You go into Atlanta, you're up 4-1, you lose that game. All right, well, listen, we'll bounce back. No. 4-1, you're up 4-1 the next day, you lose that game. We can't lose the last game, right? We can't get swept away by the Braves.
Not the same way.
Not the same way. We're up 10-6. Francisco Alvarez is flexing around second base after his second home run to put us up 10-6. I look at Darren. I go, Darren, these Mets, they will find a way to lose this game. And he's telling me Frank was right. You know, it does that whole Frank was right bit.
Yeah.
Sure enough, the Mets found a way to lose the game. Walk-off home run, no less. Got swept on out of Atlanta, right? So you think that it can't get any worse, right? We just got swept away by the Toronto Blue Jays, followed up by a series. We got swept away by the Atlanta Braves. We go into Pittsburgh. We get the shit kicked out. It was 14-7, the final score, but it was 14-1, 14-2, whatever the case may be. We got the shit kicked out of us, right? So what did they do? Buck Showalter decided to have a closed-door meeting with the squad. And sure enough, it worked for one day. One day it worked. We come back, we bounce back, we win 5-1. Now you think, all right, listen, now that was a good game. Maybe let's pile on. Let's stack the wins. Stack the wins. Nah, we didn't stack the wins. The very next day, which was yesterday, they looked as dead as could be. Those bats, we got a good start from Carlos Carrasco, which was his third good start in his last 4 outings, which I'll take. Wasted. We had guys. This is the problem with this New York Mets team.
Tommy Pham did hit a double.
Tommy Pham hit too. The New York Mets, when this is especially against the Atlanta Braves series, the New York Mets can have they could be like it was against the Atlanta Braves. It was the bottom of the 6th inning. Marcell Ozuna comes up. There's 2 outs right now. We're 1 out away from getting out of the mess. We're up 4-3 at this time. What happens? Double down the line, tie game, next batter, base hit up the middle, 5-4. We're down. The New York Mets in 2023, they do not get the big out when it matters, and they do not get the big hit when it matters.
Yeah.
And it's the same song and dance every night, every game, every week.
Every week, yeah.
It's the
Every week.
same
We're
thing.
in a really bad lull.
And
I can't believe that we're even this, like, giddy because
I'm not giddy about nothing.
Nah, we're giddy.
I'm not excited about it.
I listened to a lot of shit today.
Yeah.
And it was the most boring listen.
Oh, no, it's
possible.
bad. It's bad.
But we're not like that. We do have some energy. We do.
No, I mean, if I finish off what I'm about to say, you're going to think I'm crazy right now.
Oh, I love it.
Because this is
crazy.
After watching that series against the Atlanta Braves and watching the series against the Pirates and even watching the series against the Toronto Blue Jays, the New York Mets, it's hard to watch them right now, and it's hard to be positive about them right now. And as a matter of fact, if you go on Twitter and you say anything positive about the New York Mets, you got Met fans coming down, ripping at your throat. What are you talking about? Blah, 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 blah. Let me just say this. There's an old saying, Charles. You might know this saying, right?
Why, you call me old?
No.
Yo, you just fucking call me old.
There's an old saying. You might know it, Andrew. You might know this.
All right.
What goes around comes around. You ever hear that?
Yeah.
What goes around comes around.
Didn't Justin Timberlake drop a record?
Did he?
Yeah.
I don't even
goes
know.
Around,
Whatever.
comes back around.
Yeah, whatever. I don't care. What goes around comes around. The New York Mets, what they just did in Atlanta and Pittsburgh was horrible, embarrassing. But I know that the Mets players are too good for this. Jeff McNeil, he's too good for this. Lindor, he's too good for this. Starling Marte's too good for this.
Marte's coming around.
He is coming around. Nimo he's playing good. He's playing better, but he's too good for having his 2 for 24 stretches. They're too good for what this team is. Max Scherzer's too good for this. Verlander's too good for this. They are too good for what they are. What goes around comes around. The New York Mets down the road in August, September, whenever we play the Braves again, we could sweep them. We could have 3 come from behind wins. We could have walk-off home run wins. I'm not going to count this team out yet. I know with 31, 35, it's easier to get on them, like what Buck Showalter did yesterday, putting in Guillorme to pinch hit for Vientos.
Yeah.
And for Guillorme to go down looking. He didn't go down looking, Charles. Did you know what happened?
No.
He had a pitch clock violation. So they pinched hit Vientos, Guillorme for Vientos when you had Starling Marte on the bench and all these guys on the bench. But what I'm trying to get at that, those are bonehead plays by decisions by Buck. Moves by Buck. I'm confident that they'll straighten this out. There's no more bonehead plays, moves by Buck. They're not going to be giving you boneheaded fielding like Lindor did against the Pirates that caused a 7-run inning or a 6-run inning, whatever the case may be. They're not going to be these guys that when it's loaded bases and no outs, they're not scoring. They're not. What goes around comes around. They're going to turn this around. I just hope that they do it sooner than later. Right now, if you look at the standings right now in the wild card, we're 3 games out. As bad as the New York Mets have been, they are 3 games out of a wild card berth. And you don't know what's going to happen. If you make the wild card game, You don't know what's going to happen. And this team can look a whole
He
lot
sounded
different
he
by
sounded
trade
a lot-
deadline.
He sounded a lot like me right now, actually.
We finally got that positive
Am I
end.
rubbing off?
I after that series against the Braves, it was like a movie.
It was like rock bottom.
It was like rock bottom. It was literally like a movie. You're watching these things happen, and you knew it was happening.
Yeah.
Like when we were up 4-1, and they come back in that game, and they hit the double to tie the game, and then the single to take the lead. It was you watched it, and you were like, wait. I knew that was going to happen. That walk-off home run that they hit, you like knew. You're like, wait, I knew that was going to happen. Like how, like why, like that happened. I knew it was going to happen. That's why, like to me right now, it seems like it's like a movie. Like at the end of the season, like I only know the DVDs because of the Giants.
The DVDs.
But they have like those DVDs that they make.
The World Series DVDs.
Yeah, the Super Bowl DVDs, World Series.
I got 'em.
You watch and you look back at times like against the Braves, where you're like, wait a second, remember when that happened?
Yeah.
And then like down the line in August and September when they're winning these games, you're like, wait, I remember sitting here being miserable. Everything's gonna be all right.
But all right, so whoa,
Everything's gonna be all right.
So the only evidence though you're going on is what these guys back of the baseball cards
Done. Yeah, have done. Because I know I'm watching these guys play. I know for a fact
You don't
Jeff
know what
McNeil
a 40
isn't this
you don't
bad.
know what a 40-year-old Scherzer does. Though.
That's different. But yesterday, a 40-year-old Verlander didn't pitch, and we lost.
Scherzer and Verlander get going, and start giving you 7-8 innings of no run ball. You'll be in really good shape.
But I'm not even talking about them. I'm also talking about our hitters. Like yesterday, like Mitch Keller. Like, do you remember Mitch Keller? This kid, like, who the hell's Mitch Keller?
Yeah.
He like
It was
dominated.
It was McKinney.
That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
he's got left fielder McKinney.
Yeah.
All right, go look up that guy's story. Holy shit.
These guys, like the Mets hitters are getting bodied by like guys that suck. Like Patrick Corbin this year dominated us. Like Patrick Corbin dominated the Mets.
Yeah.
And like there's no way in any world, dimension, matrix that you want to believe in that the New York Mets with a lineup of Nimo and, down the line get dominated by Patrick Corbin. There's no world that we get dominated by Mitch Keller. Like they're just playing that bad. That it's like it's if you're a betting man, which I'm not anymore, I gave it up. But you can't tell me that these guys are going to continuously play this way all season long. It's not possible. It's literally not possible. They can't play any worse. It's not possible. So let's go. Come on. Let's
all right, so let's stay in on that topic. Our second segment, hot and cold.
Hot and cold? What?
Hot. Where were you on that, Charles?
Yeah, where were you?
I was cold.
Oh, well, I'm hot.
Clearly. All right, so we'll stay with you, though, Ant. Give us the top 3 hot, top 3
He said
cold.
where I was on that. You didn't deliver it the best. Can we do it again?
Let's go.
You guys are supposed to give me that.
You're giving it to us.
No, we deliver it.
He's giving it to us. Let's do it again.
Our second segment, hot and cold.
Hot and cold.
All right,
Come
Ant.
on now.
Give us the top 3 and bottom 3, I'd guess.
What do you mean? Like, so when you say hot and cold, you're talking about just players, or you're talking about just pitching?
Doesn't matter.
Anything? All right.
You could put Buck up there. You could put the GM up there.
Oh my God, you want to talk about the Buck? So if we want to talk about hot, who's hot right now?
Yeah.
I guess you could give it to Starling Marte. He's been coming around a little bit. Nimo's hot in the field. I'll tell you that much. What Nimo's doing in the field is unbelievable. If Nimo doesn't win a Gold Glove this year, mark it right now. The MLB is rigged, and you want
should have won it last year.
Should have won it last year, and you want to. Let me give you a quick shot. Let me give you a quick. I can't even say a shout out because this is really giving the Braves a lot of credit. But let me speak to Met fans out there right now. I vote every day for my players to be in the All-Star game. Why is Marcelo
that was
Zuna?
our first episode.
Yeah. Why is Marcelo Zuna has more votes in the outfield than Brandon Nimo? The Atlanta Braves have 3 outfielders that are higher voting than Brandon Nimo. Brandon Nimo, top 5 center fielder in all of baseball. Met fans, vote.
They're going on his offense though too, right?
I don't care what they're going off of. And then his offense isn't bad. What are you talking about? He's batting like 300. He has like 20 RBIs. He's playing well.
So he's hot.
He's hot. When we want to talk about cold now. Let's talk about cold, man. We got Verlander looked really cold against the Braves. You getting paid $1.2 million to go 3 innings? Hey, Steve, I'll do the same. I could go 3 innings and give up 7 runs or whatever he gave. That's as cold as it gets, Justin Verlander. Another guy that's as cold as it gets, I hate to say it, Lindor. Lindor is as cold as it gets. That strikeout in the 9th inning yesterday on that breaking ball where the next hitter was Tommy Pham. Oh, that's another hot one. Tommy Pham and Mark Hanna. I'll give them both that.
It's very hard to say that somebody's hot though when your team is losing.
Yeah, but Tommy Pham's like sizzling hot.
You know what I mean?
Tommy Pham's sizzling hot. And Mark Hanna's hot. But no, cold. Lindor strikes out in the 9th inning. Next batter, Tommy Pham, another double. Like you said, he hit a double. Yes, he hit 2.
Yeah.
And Lindor would have scored. Lindor would have scored that
On a
double.
walk.
On a walk. He would have gone walked. He would have scored and tied the game up. And you don't know what happens after that. But yeah, man, everyone's cold. Everyone's cold.
I know. That's the deal. So for the Yanks, I got Willie Calhoun. It's hot.
Okay.
Imagine right here. I'm sitting. Imagine.
Wait, but what happened with him? He got hit by Carlos Rodon.
Let's not even. That we'll go into cold. we'll get to cold with Carlos Rodon. Okay. Yeah. So hot. I got Domingo Germán, who has been calling as my number 2. He's hot. Came back from the sticky. He's showing that he doesn't need the sticky. He should have never got caught for the sticky. And I don't understand why though. There's somebody not checking him every time he goes out to the mound. There needs to be that. Okay. Ice, baby. All right, Volpe is ice as cold as ice. Literally, if I had his jersey, I would put it in the freezer right now. Okay,
yeah,
because he is ice cold. 2 opportunities over the weekend to make a difference. Not put in the best spot. Hooked one foul. We
don't talk about spots, baby.
Exactly.
Our 21-year-old Francisco Alvarez.
Yeah. First of all, the bleacher creatures, get your shit together, bro. All right. Don't be throwing beers up in the air until you know that ball is fair.
That's bad.
All right? Real bad. Ice cold. You know who else is cold?
The fans.
You know who else is cold?
Who?
John Sterling. He didn't make the play, bro.
God,
he didn't make the play.
We're obviously going to get into that.
Do you have that?
Bro,
oh, man. Poor John, bro.
Poor John, bro.
Poor John.
You're however old you are, however old I am. I don't know if you want the internet to know. In your lifetime, when you've gotten hurt, have you ever screamed, ow?
Absolutely.
Really?
Have
you screamed ow when you've gotten hurt?
Maybe I screamed fuck.
Yeah. I never screamed ow. I never got hurt and was like, ow, ow.
But this was the most professional moment in all of radio. The most professional moment in all of radio.
3-2 swung on. A pop foul back here. Ow. 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 It really hit me. I didn't know it was coming back that far. So once again, it'll be a 3-2.
I feel horrible, but
and Holmes ready to deal. A ground ball to third. Donaldson squares, throws to first in time. Ball game over. Yankees win. The Yankees win.
He's the greatest of all Justin time. Turner signed the ball that was hit.
But you see his eyes. He thought it went right over the boot. You see his eyes roll up like he watched it, and then he was like, ow, bro. That was the most professional moment, though, in all of radio.
Watch this. Watch this. God.
All of radio.
Oh, he's so lucky, though. Yeah. That's the baseball gods right there.
Oh, yeah.
The baseball gods knew not to hurt him.
84 years old. 84 years old.
That's crazy, though, bro.
Definitely crazy.
I feel bad, but that, ow, ow. Like, bro, who does that?
Oh, man.
What else we got going on, Andrew?
Just cold.
What's going on here?
Andrew,
you got to run the show.
Definitely. All right. So up next, we'll do Did You Hear That?
Did you hear it?
Wait, hear what?
Hear who?
All right. So we got up first. After the Braves sweep the Mets, Buck Showalter gives an interview.
What did he say?
All right.
Come on.
The resolve of this group. What is the challenge when you have losses like this piling up of keeping the right mindset as a group?
I think tonight's game was an indication of that, and the second game here, and the first game here. Guys came in here and competed. They're as good as you want to see. Scored 10 runs tonight against one of the best pitchers in the league, and I'm real proud of them. There's a lot of opportunities there to hold the tent. These guys do that.
He's turning into a yes man, bro. He's turning into a yes man,
bro. He's proud.
That's not the Buck that wins games, bro.
He's proud.
That's not the Buck that I know.
No, Buck. So since we're on the Buck topic right now, Buck's proud of the New York Mets to getting swept away by the Atlanta Braves, bouncing back from a sweep by the Toronto Blue Jays. He's proud of them, losing 6 straight games. The thing with Buck, and call me crazy, I think Buck is trying to get fired. I don't want Buck to get fired. I want Buck from last year. I want Buck that coached games like a base, like someone that didn't care about analytics. I want someone that puts the guys in that are the best guys at the time to do something for us. I want that Buck. This Buck, I'm telling you, he's doing things to try and get fired. There's no way he could justify after a game yesterday, not last night, as to why Luis Guillorme, out of everybody on the bench yesterday, including Starling Marte, he was on the bench. In the 8th inning, you're down by 1 run. You had 3 options, right? Mark Vientos is option number 1. Let him hit. He has home run power, right? Let him hit. We're down 1. He could get a hold of a ball. He did it against Tampa Bay Rays.
Yeah.
Right? Why don't you let him hit? No, let's take him out. All right, you take him out, then put Starling Marte in. Because Starling Marte's been hot. Right? You get on base with Starling Marte, you steal a bag, that you're automatically automatically in scoring position. But no, let's not use Starling Marte. Eduardo Escobar, you want to try Eduardo Escobar? No, let's not do Eduardo Escobar. Eduardo Escobar pinch hitting this year. It's like 2 home runs pinch hitting, batting like 600. He's been an unbelievable pinch hitter, but we don't want to use him. I would even rather Vogelback in that position, bro. Anybody but Luis Guillorme. And that's why I think Buck is just trying to get fired. There's no way.
Did you see the move that Madden made?
What do you mean?
Madden on the Angels made?
No.
With the bases loaded, he walked in. Oh man, we have to get into
Who was
that
that?
one too. You have to get into it. But
He's fired. Madden?
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. What are you talking about? Last year he got fired, and he shaved a mohawk to try to get the team going. Yeah.
Did I get punked on that?
Bro, you've been getting got a lot.
No.
Yeah.
No.
You've been getting got.
What else did I get got about?
I don't remember. You got by something. What did you get got by?
No, another podcast got.
Oh yeah, no,
the
podcast got
Don't even
got,
say it,
which
yeah.
caused you to get got.
Correct.
Which was bad.
Why did I see that video today that he walked somebody with the bases loaded?
It's probably like a stupid
That was
play.
like, nah, I thought that was recent. Who's the manager of the Angels right now?
No clue. Speaking of the Angels, they got Daniel Murphy. You saw that?
Yeah, I did. I thought the Mets were going to wind up getting them.
Did you see the Mets got friggin'
Luke
Voigt?
They got to send down Vientos now, no?
Bro, if they don't send down, I don't even care. Vogelback has to get.
He has to get DFA'd, right?
Yeah,
like this is like a
Phil
full blown. Like if you were to assume this is Vogelback being DFA'd.
Voigt's a lefty?
No, I don't think so. I think he's a righty.
Charles?
Off the top of my head, I think he's righty.
But either way, lefty or righty,
Yeah, it doesn't
they're
matter.
the same player.
Yeah, and Vientos. There's 3 of them now. They're all the same.
Well, Viento's a little bit more athletic.
Yeah, but
play.
did
Yeah.
anybody ever win the home run title like Luke Voigt did?
Yeah, in a shortened season. Guy's
right.
a loser.
Luke Voigt.
Let's get into the last segment.
What is it?
The backbone breakdown.
Come on now.
Backbones breakdown.
Break it down for me, baby. Break it down.
All righty. So, up first, we got. I don't know if you guys saw this, but
Bro, you love golf, man.
you'll see why.
This is great.
This is
Oh
actually
my
a
God.
two-parter, Ant. So this putt is like a 60-something foot putt
Okay.
for the win. Canadian Open. Why does it do that?
Good pace.
Hey, why is it doing that?
Flag.
There it is.
Good pace.
There it goes.
Are you serious?
Sunk it!
Watch the reaction from the crowd too.
The crowd's going crazy.
In Canada,
watching.
he's Canadian. Now,
Keep watching.
no, I have it in a second parter because they don't show it on TV. But one of his good friends who placed second in the same tournament went to go celebrate with him, and watch what happens. It's him with the shaping.
No.
Security tackles him.
He thought he was a fan.
No.
Security thought it was a fan, bro.
Oh my God, that's how irrelevant golf is, bro.
What do you mean?
He plays
The
second.
guy
the
that
guy.
plays second, they think is a fan. Like that. That's how. Like they're not even paying attention.
And they
to the
laid
golf.
him out, no less.
Yeah, that's
they
messed
laid him
up.
out.
That's messed up. That's
Oh,
crazy.
I'm so happy this next story.
Wait, if he missed that shot, he would
Oh
have
no,
lost.
not this one.
No, it would have been a shoot off. a shootout.
Oh, so I kind of wish he would have missed.
Yeah.
I would have rather a
All
shootout.
right, so the biggest story
I haven't
of
seen
actually
this.
quite some time. I don't know if just to give some background before I get into it.
Okay.
This guy, Baby Gronk, he's getting a lot of popularity now. I think he has 310,000 followers on Instagram.
Okay.
But his dad's getting a lot of heat because he's really like kind of using his son as a prop. I guess using him because he wanted to play professional sports.
Okay.
So he's really pounding him, training him, and doing all the stuff. This guy, Will Compton, had his Baby Gronk's dad reached out to him to be on Bussin' with the Boys on Barstool, which is a podcast, and Will Compton didn't really agree with what he was doing. So he didn't answer him respectfully, but then he kept pounding him with messages. Mm-hmm. So this is a clapback.
We have to step in the pantry and have a much-needed conversation. This is for Baby Gronk's father.
Who's this?
Will Compton. He used to play for the Raiders.
Yeah, he's a linebacker, right?
Yep. What you're doing. What I think is that you're exploiting your son for social clout, status, fame, money, and to fill a void that you couldn't fill on your own. I think this is all about you. You're hiding behind all this nonsense that it's not about you, and you're building him a bank account for a safety net. He's going to be a millionaire by the time he's a senior in high school. Yank. Talking about his he's been programmed since he was 6 years old. He works out 6 days a week. He's on a regimen and eats salmon and brown rice. And talking about this has been premeditated since before he was born. That is the definition. That proves that it was all about you. This is all about you. You're nothing but like a con artist running a pyramid scheme on the internet. If you're thinking about this since before he was born,
enough.
That means you're 36 years old. If you're thinking
Enough
about
this
this
guy.
since before,
You know that new word that everybody uses, the ick?
Yeah.
You know, the girls are always like, that guy gives me the ick.
Yeah.
This dude gives me the ick, bro.
Really?
Tell him to shut his mouth
So,
and mind your business.
So you don't agree with that?
Shut your mouth and mind your business. Are you the father of the kid? Shut your mouth and mind your business. Give it up. If the kid wants to work out his son, if the guy wants to do whatever he wants to do for the son, if the son comes out and says, Dad, I don't want to do it, that's when he's wrong. All right? But you want to talk about the Lonzo Ball's father? Come on, what did that guy do for his kids? He made them all millionaires. They could have sucked at basketball come the end of the day. And they would have all got paid, and they would have all been playing somewhere. They would have all had their own sneakers and everything else.
But I think this is his point where I think you're just missing a little bit. So all he's saying is that he made his kid this way, obviously, because as a kid, you're not really making decisions at this age. He's 10 years old.
No, but your
dad
genes
made him do this.
No, but your genes are, all right? So if my dad wanted me to be the greatest baseball player in the world, and I went out there and I sucked, there's no chance I become a good baseball player because that's in my genes, all right? If this kid's playing good, and he's working out, and he's eating right, and he's following the regimen from a young age. I seen the kid had tattoos on his arm. That's something that would bother me.
He's already committing to LSU.
Yeah, so like...
Wait, LSU recruited him already?
Yeah.
Yeah,
so he's good.
He's really good.
He's really good.
All right,
so it's like...
what's the problem?
Yeah, so what is the problem?
So what he's saying is that he's just pushing his son way too hard and not letting his kid have a kid's
But how does he know that the kid doesn't want to do that?
He says it in interviews. His dad, he has him on a strict
does the kid come out?
Diet,
does
regimen,
the kid come
agenda.
out and say it?
Yeah,
The kid doesn't really say much on social media. It's the dad that really is the face of the
So
kid.
maybe behind closed doors,
I
maybe
don't
the
really
kid
know.
cries himself to sleep at night. That would be a totally different story. All right.
But if the kid enjoys doing it.
Can you bring the picture back up? Did the kid have fake tattoos?
Yeah.
No, that's
It's a
not.
t-shirt?
It's not real. It's not real.
It's a t-shirt.
Yeah.
Something like that would really bother me. But at the end of the day, if you want to push your kid to play football and the kid's playing football and he's succeeding and he's already got he's on our podcast right now, so he's the dad's obviously doing something right. Definitely. And the kid obviously is going to get paid. The kid could break his leg and never play again too.
Yeah, you never know.
You know, so
I mean, if he enjoys doing it.
At the end of the day, we really don't know what happens behind closed doors. So I want to backtrack a little bit of what I said because we don't know what's happening when the doors are closed. But if the kid's all for it and he loves it and he loves his life and he's doing good in school and everything else, so be it.
Yeah. But also, I think the dad, like, pushing to get on these podcasts, like, that is what's out of pocket.
But like, that's like what he's explaining. The dad, I didn't show the video, but his dad came back saying exactly that. Is like, this is nowadays, and he's just teaching his son how to market himself as a football player, because now with the new NIL rules, that's what these kids are doing.
You can get paid in college.
I mean, right at 17 after high school graduation, these kids are getting paid.
I think really knocking anybody's hustle is kind of like
exactly.
Just let him do what he wants to do, and if you want,
it's his kid.
Yeah, just leave the message alone. What?
No, but his dad was hounding him, like, because Will was just respectfully saying no. He didn't want him to have him on because he doesn't agree with it whatsoever.
Okay,
but that doesn't really matter. But I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah. Hey, listen.
To teach his
What's
own.
Right?
Yeah, to each their own. But
there it is. Wow, were you just in my head?
He said it.
I said it.
Were you in my head?
I think so. All right, so the last
This is my favorite story.
Another horse story
ever.
So
this is my favorite story ever.
Jenna Antonucci.
But I also have something on this that
becomes the first female trainer to win
canceled.
a triple crown race, which was 7-1 odds. And this is her reaction right here. It's pretty cool.
Go buy him now. Yes! Go buy him now! Come on, Harvey! Come on, buddy! Come on, buddy, run! Come on, Harvey! Pick him up! Come on, Harvey! Come on, Harvey! Come on! Let's go! Come on, Harvey! Come on, Harvey! Come on, Harvey! Come on! Oh my God! Come on, Harvey! Come on! Come on, Harvey! Come on, Harvey! Come on! Harvey! Come on! Come on!
And she looked at him. She goes, "We just won the Belmont Stakes." Absolutely incredible. Big round of applause. Huge round of applause. Not only that, they lost, I think, 2 horses the day before died. A horse.
12 horses in total.
Bro, what is going on with that?
Horses dropping like
crazy.
Killing them off.
Bro. Crazy.
They ain't winning. They ain't
So she was the first woman trainer to ever win the Belmont Stakes. So I think any major race in 159 years. Am I right?
Any triple crown race.
Triple crown race.
30 women tried 47 times to win a triple crown race. All of them failed.
Wow. Yeah, it was definitely incredible.
That's nuts. Good,
good for her.
Good for her.
But the one thing though that gets me a little bit on it though is she had a crazy pre-race interview. It was like friggin' 20 minutes long. Everybody was betting her like crazy. I even knew somebody that had the horse. So it's like it's a little nuts, and then she goes out there and does it, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Definitely pretty cool.
That reaction was sick, too.
Yeah, very cool. All right. Thank you, everybody, for listening to Empire State Sports. Your boy, Charlie Caps, and in the backbone. Don't forget, follow us on all socials. Like, review, subscribe, hit us up. It's the Subway Series, baby.
No one cares.
Yanks, sweep the Mets.
No one cares.
Sweep the Mets. Get right up and sweep the Mets.
No one cares.
Let's go. Come on, Mets. It's the Mets World Series. Remember that. It's the Mets World Series.